outside. We only judge people based on, their appearance and who they present themselves to be, and how much of a grave error that can be in life, because it's easy for someone to cover up who they really are, to, hide the messiness, hide the evil, hide the wickedness, hide all the things that are going to harm you, and instead show you what they want you to see. Um, and it's important that we understand this warning that Christ gave. Actually, and as Christ speaks it, it's a condemnation of the religious leaders of his time. But if we can take that condemnation that Christ made of the religious leaders of his time and affix it to those of us in society today who only judge people based on what they look like or based on their appearance, the message that Christ was delivering to the Pharisees and Sadducees can apply to many others in society, and many different facets of our lives when it comes to dealing with people based on what we see. Now, I'm trying to stay focused, and I know some of y'all might not get it, you might not understand it, but on my screen, I see myself teaching this class, and these glasses I have on are absolutely crooked on my face. It looks like they're leaning to the right, and I cannot continue to teach class looking at myself with these glasses leaning to the right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the camera off for a second, and I'm gonna go swap shades, and I'm gonna come back with some shades that are on my face the right way, so that I can pay attention to class and be able to teach. Like that look better. Okay, no, you know what? I might not need to switch. Okay, I think we had to rock it out like that. I just needed to get that adjustment. But yeah, it's very important that we understand. See, no, now they back crooked again. This is crazy. I need y'all. It might just be me. It might just be this one eye I got, but it's looking like the shades is crooked, and I can't teach a class with crooked shades on. So actually, I'm gonna take 30 seconds, y'all. I'm gonna swap these shades out, and I'm gonna get me some other shades. You know what? It might not be that they actually crooked, but the way the light is reflected on them, the light making it look crooked. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just can't do it. Y'all give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna take the camera off. I'm gonna swap out, and we're gonna pretend that I did not say nothing about these crooked ass shades I got on. Y'all bear with me 1 second. This shit crazy. It's a lot. I can't do it. I cannot fade it. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe I could do. Maybe I could do the glasses. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to the clear bifocals. See how they look. Shout out to sister Shakaya. She the one that got me these clear. Trying to find the right words to say. Since we've joined our oppressors, we've lost something that used to exist in the black community, which is an ability to properly assess someone or something, not based on just what we saw, but based on what could be proven. You understand? I remember being a young man growing up, and there were sayings and phrases that were used, such as "you can't judge a book by its cover," or everything that glitters ain't gold, or you can't tell the difference between you can attract flies with sugar or with shit. Excuse my language. There were certain sayings that we had in the black community that made it understood that you couldn't just trust something based on what you saw. And that was back in the days where you had elders in the community. You had older black men, older black women that would give that wisdom to the younger kids, to the younger generations about, just being mindful that not everything that appears to be good for you is good for you. If y'all could in the chat, give me some of those old sayings that you used to hear. Officer 5,000 Mata Bar, you hear, you could be heard if you got something. Mata Bar just dropped off. Any brothers out there, if y'all want to jump in to read for me, I'll put the link in the chat. I'll repost the link in the chat. If any officers, any young men, troopers want to come up and read, y'all just join the link and y'all can hop in. I'll put you on so you could be heard. I'm not going to put your video up there, but I'll put it in so you could be heard. You understand? Um, but I want y'all to give me some of them sayings you heard from older people growing up about, everything ain't glitters is gold, or not everything that's, not everything that's shiny is good for you. Some of them sayings that made you understand that it wasn't good to just chase after everything that appeared to be good. Or you couldn't just deal with a person or deal with somebody based on, how they appeared, but you had to actually check the spirit of somebody. The ones that I got is everything ain't glitters ain't gold, right? Or you can attract flies with sugar and shit, or you can't tell the difference between sugar and salt. Some of them old sayings that really drove home the point that you gotta, use discernment and really examine something and examine someone before you decide to trust them or to build with them versus just going after what you see. All right, Sister Anaya said, Sister Kapanas, I said, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. That's a good one, right? You understand? Sister Nazar Mana said, if you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. There we go. You understand? Sister Anaya said, bought sense is better than no sense. Those are good ones. Those are some of them good old sayings that the older generation used to give to us to let us know that everything out here ain't sweet, man. Everything that look good don't mean it's just, there's another one. Just because it might look good don't mean it's good for you. We used to have that kind of wisdom, man, and it made us think twice about different things that we would do or decisions that we would make. But it seems like a lot of that is lost on this present generation, especially with the social media and the phones and the dating apps. And it just seems like everybody is caught up on appearance. Everybody is so drawn to what they see that they don't even stop to really think and analyze situations and people before they get involved. And that's been to our detriment, man. You understand? And I believe it's a result of us joining our oppressor that we lost that understanding that the things that are worthwhile, the things that are good in life, don't always look the way that you want them to look. Or that thing that looks so good and looks so shiny and looks so bright doesn't mean it's going to be good for you. But in 2026, man, God's people is so busy focused on the shiny, blingy, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing thing that we actually choose what is detrimental and what is harmful to us rather than finding the thing that God meant for us based off of appearance. And that's a grave mistake. And that's what today's class is going to be about. A big part of, you know, what we have decided or determined is beautiful or aesthetically pleasing, or what we lust after. So much of it is tied to um your lust. And lust is not logical. Lust is not something that requires thought. Lust is not something that lends itself to patience and taking time to examine it and to understand it and to search it out to find out if it's good for you. A lot of our lust is tied to instinct. It's tied to, a carnal reaction. See something look good, gotta have it. That's lust. But lust isn't okay. I see it, it looks good, but let me talk to it. Let me examine it. Let me get all the details. Let me do my due diligence. That's not how lust operates. And many of us are the victims of our lust. And it's necessary to know that the whole reason for you coming into the truth, the whole point of all of these classes and these breakdowns, the purpose of Christ's teachings was so that we could learn how to be better than the people who live off of their lust, who live based off of instincts and reactions because of something, the way we feel based on how something looks or how something is presented to us. Everybody understands. So that's what we're gonna get into tonight. Get some more of these old sayings y'all done came up with. UPK Yakwawam said, common sense ain't too common. That's a good one. Truba Gabayala said, all money ain't good money. Excellent. All of those old school sayings kind of really let us know that you got to really be examining something, man, and looking into details before you decide to jump out there and just and feel like something that looks good is good for you. Sister Nazar Mana came with another one, said, "You are the company you keep." That's a good one. You understand? If somebody says birds of a feather flock together, that's another one. You understand? Somebody, what is, oh, two, yeah. Nazar Mana said, two birds of a feather flock together. All of them type of old school sayings, we might have dismissed them or brushed them off like, oh man, I'm just auntie and I'm talking, but there's wisdom in those sayings. You understand? There's knowledge and understanding in the meaning behind those sayings. And we've got to get back to understand. We got to get back to that. We have to be the generation of brothers and sisters now to re-implement those sayings and re-implement the meanings behind those words, because it's been lost on a lot of this generation. You understand? Somebody said, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Yakawan said, be careful what you wish for. All of those are good, all right? Madabama, get your hand again. Madaba and Yasad, y'all can be heard, if y'all want to come off mute. All right.
I'm here. Shalom, y'all. About Shemar Shabbat.
Hey, shalom, you have some shabbat. Also, Madaba, if you come off mute, you could be heard. All right. But as we go ahead and get into this topic, man, let's get the first scripture. I got Matthew chapter 23 and verse 27. This is Christ speaking to the Pharisees and Sadducees. And Matthew 23 is a very scathing critique of the religious leaders of Christ's day. And Christ runs down that whole chapter condemning them for all of their wickedness and their evil and their hypocrisy and all the things that they are doing that's harmful to the children of Israel. And today, this will be Christ talking to the political leaders, the religious leaders, the entertainers, the rich and the famous people among us. And so as Christ is speaking to them, we can take these words that Christ is speaking against the religious leaders of his day, and we can apply it to the way we have been impacted in society today by those same people in the ways that Christ warned against. So if you got it, your side, let's get Matthew 23 and 27.
Sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto white sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.
Everybody understands. Christ said, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto whited sepulchres. What is a whited sepulchre? Let's go ahead and get the dictionary. Somebody out there, get the dictionary definition of a sepulchre. You understand? And let's see and get exactly what it is that Christ is comparing these Pharisees and Sadducees to. All right. All right, I got it. It's right here in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. The definition of sepulcher says a place of burial, a tomb. It also says a burial, a grave, a sepulcher, a tomb. So, anybody's ever had the unfortunate task of burying a loved one, right? You take your loved one, they pass away, and you go take them to the cemetery. Come on, man. You got a loved one that passed away. You take them to the cemetery and you put them inside of the grave. Some family, if you got enough money, that person who you love that gets buried, they'll get buried in one of them big white tombs, one of them big stone structures in the cemetery. They got a big door that gets closed on the outside. The loved one get to go in there and they lay the casket in there, lay the body in there. Christ is saying that these Pharisees and Sadducees are like the sepulcher, meaning they look beautiful on the outside. That big burial tomb, it gets cleaned up. They put statues on the outside, put engravings on it, and it looks beautiful. But what's on the inside of that sepulcher? What's on the inside is a dead body that's rotting away. And it's all manner of disease and uncleanliness. UPK Yakawan said a mausoleum. Excellent. Mausoleum is an excellent example of a sepulcher. Christ said that is what hypocrites are. People who pretend to be upright, people who pretend to be good and pretend to be pious. They present themselves as though they're righteous and honorable, and you should follow them, and you should listen to them, and you should invest in this stock opportunity, or you should come to their church and receive a blessing. You should go and, put some money on this altar so they can and sow a seed so you could be blessed. But in reality, they are full of lust and full of filth, and they're teaching lies and doing all the things that are going to cause the people of God to be destroyed. This is how Christ viewed the Pharisees and Sadducees. Well, what are some other things in life that we can see this way? What are some other things in life that on the outside looks beautiful? On the outside, it appears to be amazing. On the outside, man, that's where I want to be. But on the inside, it's full of dead bodies. On the inside, full of uncleanness, full of everything that is diabolical and evil, and that is going to cause you to be destroyed. I'm talking about none other than an evil woman or an evil man. You understand? Sister Anaya says, Salaki, sir, so can lust be something like isn't carnal or sexual? Like, could it be a yearning to fill an emotional void? No. Okay, let me not say no. Just hold on to that question, Sister Anaya, because as we go through this class, I'm going to break down what many people lust for, what many people are attracted to, even though they think what they're attracted to is what they see on the outside. You understand? Christ is saying the leaders that cause us to suffer, the leaders that cause us to be led astray, the leaders that teach us all the things that take us away from God, they look beautiful and they look glorious, which is why we like them. You understand? Think of your Christian pastors, your preachers. Think of the entertainers that we follow, the politicians. What are the requirements for you to be a leader in the Black community, for Black people to actually follow you? The requirement is for you to go ahead, Yasar.
Oh no, Salaki. This more dealing with the sister question. I was going to ask you with Romans 7:7, when Paul say, "I didn't know what lust was until I read Thou shalt not covet." So is lust could be going into covet according to that scripture? Romans 7:7.
It could, but that's not on the topic, right?
Okay, all right.
That's a good scripture, but not on the topic. The topic here is wanting to be a part of something or wanting to join yourself to something because of how it looks. The point Christ is making is you make yourselves look good, but on the inside, you're pieces of shit. Excuse my language. Pastors make themselves look good. How? $1,000 Gucci shirts, $1,300 Louis Vuitton outfits, a big ass purple robe that's made by Tom Ford, right? The pastor drives up in a Rolls Royce, drives up in a Bentley, drives up in a super expensive Cadillac. Why? Because he's making himself look good, making himself look rich, making himself look glorious. And what do the people do? That's a man of God. That's whose church I want to sit in. That's who I want to listen to preach a sermon. Why? Because he's rich and has money, God must be with him. Because he's rich and got money, he must be blessed. That's how we determine who our spiritual leaders are going to be. When it comes to voting, Black people, they love to tell us to vote. What do the politicians who we vote for look like? Before a politician can come out before the people, what must he do? He must go get him a nice suit. He got to go get that haircut and have a shape up. He got to look like he's getting money. Why? Because he's going to go to poor people and tell poor people, trust me with your vote. I'm going to get you some money. What makes the poor people think he's going to get them some money? Because the nigga look rich. He looked like he got money already. Did everybody see how Christ is warning against us judging someone based on their appearance? He's warning against us being duped by how somebody looks into thinking that how they look is a reflection of who they are. Because although they look good, on the inside, they full of dead bodies. And the inside, they are the reason why people die. Because of what's on the inside of them, they are the cause of people being destroyed. Because of what's on the inside of them, they are the cause for all the dysfunction that exists with it for the people. What else in life can we look at and judge the same way that Christ is judging the Pharisees and Sadducees? What else looks good on the outside and looks beautiful, looks pleasing, looks like something you want to join yourself to, that on the inside is the cause of death? On the inside is the cause of pain and hurt and frustration. It's talking about, I'm talking about men choosing women and women choosing men. As a man, there's a woman that you'll see out in the street and you'll say, damn, man, she look good. When a man says, damn, she look good, what is a man usually talking about when he see a woman and say, damn, she look good? Now, I got nothing but men in this class right now. There's some sisters in here. Sisters, y'all can chime in too. Men, when you see a woman and you say, damn, she look good, what are you looking at? What are you saying, damn, that looks good about?
Salaka, sir, would it be like her body, just the
Her
outward
body.
appearance?
Look like her outward appearance. You see that body, you say, damn, man. See them thighs, you see them hips. Damn, she thick. She fat. You understand? What's some other things we say? UPK, your soft says, so like I think I heard the rapper Future say something like, dress it up and make it real for me. Look, Future said that. You understand? So you see a woman, you say, damn, she looks good. She got a nice body. How do you know she has a nice body most of the times? How do you know a woman got a nice body most of the time you see it? Anybody? For time's sake, usually you see a woman and say, damn, she thick. You know she got a nice body because she ain't got too many clothes on. You know she thick because she's showing it already. UPK Yakuwam, she's showing it already. You understand? Sister Shawba said because it's on display. You know that woman got a body because you can see it. Nowadays, you know, what are some things that women do to accentuate themselves, to make themselves look like a whited sepulchre, to make themselves look good? You might notice the woman's makeup. You might notice her hair, how her hair is done. You might notice, you know, her nails did or some jewelry on. You'll look at a woman's outward appearance and you'll say, damn, man, she beautiful, man. She thick. She got that hair looking good. She got the nails done, them feet done, got the lip gloss popping, got the makeup on. Usually, depending on where you at, she might be dancing or she might be socializing, and you looking at her like, damn, she look good.
Salaka, sir.
Come on with it.
Would it be the eyelashes too? You know,
It
how
could
they
be
put
the
the long
eyelashes, all of
eyelashes?
that. Women,
And
the
Salaka,
women out there. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, I think Officer Manable say it say waiting on the host or somebody to let him up.
I let him up twice already. Matabar, you are up. If you just speak, you could be heard. Matabar. Right now, if you speak, you could be heard.
Hey, Shalaki, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Thumb.
Shalom, there you go. You good? Come back off mute. You went back on mute, Matabar.
Come on, I'm good. I'm good right now. But
all right, Most High Christ. Yeah, you could be heard now.
As far as you were saying with the women, You know, they go on TikTok, they show off their body. They do all these things to look good on the outside.
Absolutely. So because women dress themselves, okay, you see a woman that's dressed up on the outside, right? Got her hair done, nails did, booty popping, breasts out, all of the things that you look at and you visually are attracted to. How do you find out if she is what she appears to be or if she's a whited sepulcher? Now, as brothers are thinking about that, for the sisters out there, sisters, you see a man, you meet a man. What is the thing that draws you to a man, that makes you attracted to a man? Most of you sisters in here, you have husbands. So when you first met your husband, what was the thing you saw, the thing you liked that made you say to yourself, man, okay, I might, I might get down with this brother? What are some things, brothers, that we do to make ourselves look good, to, make ourselves attractive to women? What are some of the things that us men do, so that we can appear to women to be what they want? I want you brothers to put it in the chat. Type it up. What are some things that men do to make themselves, attractive or outwardly beautiful to women, so that women would want us, so that women desire us? Brother Yesai said groom. Okay, get a haircut, right? In the world, get a shape up. Hell, go get your hair done, get your hair braided, right? You get your hair cut. What's some other things brothers do? Throw that fit on, right? You go get you some nice clothes, get you some, get you some. Back in the day, I used to wear Coogee. I always been a big cat. You feel what I'm saying? So Coogee was my thing. I throw that Coogee on. You know what I'm saying? Go get a haircut, smell good. Sister Kapadas, I said smell good. Young man Thomas said dress up nice. Because Sapar said put them garments on. So you go get fresh, right? When a woman sees you and you looking good and you smelling good and you're well groomed, what can a woman do to tell if you are actually a good man or you just a piece of shit dressed up nice? How can a woman tell? Brothers, you meet a woman, she looking good. How do you know she's a good woman and not just a whited sepulcher? Ashbach and Rumya said the jewelry. Don't forget the jewelry. Don't forget the bling. You understand? Yaquan said work so you got paper. Yaquan said he go to work to get money so he can get a woman. All of those things are valid. My question is, if everyone is dressing themselves up, if everyone is making themselves look good, if everyone is putting out an appearance that they know women will like, that women know men will like, how do we know whether or not what we're seeing is actually what's good to us? So I'm seeing some different options. I'm seeing Yesad said conversation. Sister Shakai said her husband was helpful at work. He was helping at work, so she was like, all right, he could get it. You understand? Young man Thomas said talking to her. Sister Anaya said the ability to hold a conversation. Does that count? Yakawam said you got to vet a person. Akal Sapar says from what they say. Officer Matabar says by the works that she does. You understand? Well, all of those are answers. I hear what all of y'all are saying. Here's what you should say. Here's what you should know. What you should know is that 99% of the people that you meet in life that are well dressed, well put together, smelling good, looking good, they are whited sepulchers. This society that we live in has taught everyone, has indoctrinated and educated and made a way of life inside of everyone's mind that you must present yourself as a whited sepulcher. Everybody understands? You cannot decide if a woman is good based on how she looks. 9 times out of 10, the women that look the best are the worst, because they know that all they have is how they look. Ladies, the men that look the best, the most well put together, the most perfectly groomed, bodies in the best shape, clothes fitting the best, well tailored, you understand? The niggas with the hoochie daddy shorts on and the muscles hanging out the shirt and, asymmetrical facial features. That nigga's a whited sepulcher. He makes himself look so good because that is all that he has. Do you understand? So if you can't judge someone based on how they look, then how are you supposed to judge them? If you can't like someone based on what you see, then what can you like them based on? And this is the most important thing that you are going to have to learn as a man and a woman if you are going to be able to find someone who is righteous, that are going to marry you and be with you the right way. You cannot have a good relationship based on liking what you see. It'll never work. And what I'm saying is damn near the opposite of how all of us been raised, that it sounds like what I'm saying is you got to like somebody ugly. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you cannot like someone based on how they look. As a man, you have to be attracted to a woman because of who she is, not because of how she looks. As a woman, the man that you choose to give your life to, you have to learn to like that man for who he is, not for how he looks. Because if your love or your like for someone is based on how they look, then you are playing yourself. You are playing yourself. You understand? Let's read. Let's get 1 Samuel chapter 6, verse 16, verse 7. Get 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. Christ said, those who make themselves appear as the whited sepulchres are inside full of dead men's bodies and of all uncleanness. We are living in a society, in a time where the people who look the best are the people who are the worst. Which is why so many problems exist within our relationships. So many problems exist within our community. So many problems exist within the leadership ranks, politically and religiously in our community, because we are choosing who we serve based on something that goes against God. Everybody understands? So let's go ahead and read. Let's get 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. Yesad, you got it?
Kind of, sir.
Come on with it.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16 and verse 17. And Saul said unto his servants, provide me now a man.
Hold on. 1 Samuel 16 and 7.
Oh, Salaka, sir. The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart.
Everybody understands. The Lord said, I have looked not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord sees not as man sees, for man looks on the outward appearance and the Lord looks on the heart. You understand? And this was the Most High talking to Samuel about who he chose to be the leader over our people. when you come into the truth, the goal is for you to learn to see things the way the Lord sees them. The whole purpose of coming into the truth is to become of the same mind and the same spirit of the Most High in Christ. As a brother, you cannot look at a woman and choose a woman based on her outward appearance. You cannot look at a woman and choose her based on her stature or based on her countenance. Meaning what? You, in order to become who the Lord called you to be, you have to be a man that does not even see a bad bitch for how she looks. A woman that is understand what I'm saying? In the world, everybody want a bad bitch. Everybody want to hold this fine, man. Everybody want that, that pretty complexion, that soft skin, that nice thick body. Everybody want them, them curves and that tight fitting clothes and the jewelry and the things that look good. Guess what? That woman is that woman who looks so good and dressed so well and curves are so tight. She's suffering from low self-esteem. She's suffering from depression. She's suffering from abandonment issues. She's been, abused and taken advantage of. And you should know it because you see her dressed half naked in the streets. You see her looking physically beautiful, looking and knowing, man, she stood in the mirror and she knew she was going to be the finest one out tonight. That is a red flag. That is a woman that you have to see and say, it looks good, but it is not good. It looks like a whited sepulchre, but on the inside, it's full of dead men's bodies and uncleanness. You understand? You sisters, you have to learn to become a woman that does not fawn over a man because of how tall and strong and in shape he is. You got to become a woman that does not fall in love with the brother who all the women fall in love with because he's so handsome and he's so fine. Because that man who's so handsome and so fine, guess what? He doesn't have any conversation for you. He doesn't care about your wants and your desires. He doesn't care about your dreams and the things that you aspire to be. Why? Because the women that he deals with only care about having sex with him. And so he despises women and looks down on them because they're so stupid and gullible. Officer Martabon says she will F anyone. Don't you know that a man who says to himself, this woman will F anyone, guess what he's going to do with you? All he's going to do is F you. Because that's all you want. As a woman, if you're going to choose a man and be with a man, you got to choose him based off of something other than how fuckable he is. You got to choose him for something other than how moist he gets your panties looking at him. You got to find out what's in that brother's spirit, what's in his mind. What are his aspirations and his goals in life? What does he want in a woman? How attentive is he? How much conversation does he have? Does he care about the things that you care about? Does he listen to the things that you have to say? So many of us are just focused on what satisfies our lust that we miss all the things that are warnings that this person is just going to have sex with you and that's it. And why would you come into the truth to be a man who only deals with a woman that just wants to have sex? Why would you be a woman and come into the truth to deal with a man that just wants to have sex with you? Isn't that what we always dealing with in the world? My whole life, you know what I've run into? I've run into women that just wanted to have sex with me. Why? Because I made sure that I looked good. I made sure that I smelled good. I made sure that I moved and talked in a way that would make a woman want to have sex with me. My whole life, I've met women that just wanted to have sex with me. I came into the truth to find a woman that would want me for me, that would love that I was intelligent, love that I taught the scriptures, love that I stood for something righteous. I came into the truth to find a woman that would be with me forever because of the stance that I took against society and against the world. You know what? Today I still meet women that want to have sex with me, and they cannot have sex with me because I am much more than just something that can satisfy your flesh. And if that's all you want from me, I'll pass. That is what your life is like when you are on the same page with the Most High in Christ. And brothers, it takes time to get there. But if you are still a man that is moved and enticed and turned on because of what you see when you look at a woman, you are not there yet. You still have much more growing to do. And until you're able to grow to that place, I would say don't have sex with any woman. Don't choose a woman if you only know how to choose her because she looks good. Get counsel from the men of the Lord. I'll give you one even better. Go to General Mahyman for approval to marry a woman. And you'll marry no woman because there is no woman that is good enough for you to marry. If you're not there yet, pray and ask the Lord to help you get there. If you're not there yet, pray and ask the Lord to help you, to grow to the place where you can no longer choose a woman based on how she looks. You understand? Where you can no longer choose a woman based on, how much she makes your rod jump in your pants when you see her. Everybody understands. For you women out there, some of you sisters are married, some of you sisters are not married. For you sisters that are married, you may have a man who is all the things I'm saying, warning you about. Meaning what? You met him, he was looking good, he was smelling good, he was talking good, and that's why you chose him. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying you got a reverse course on that. But you should learn that man that you have so that you could love him for who he is and not for how he looks. Bear with me, y'all. Shalom. So you should show with that. Cut on with concern. All right, shalom, Lord Christ. Everybody understands. I'm not saying that that man that looks good, that man that's fine to you is a bad man. What I'm saying is you need to dive into that man and learn him on a level that goes beyond just what gets you moist, beyond what turns you on sexually. Learn that man in a way where you can appreciate who he is, appreciate how he thinks, appreciate how he sees the world, because that is the only way that you're going to be able to build a relationship that lasts. Everybody understands? And let's drop, matter of fact, read 1 Samuel 16:7 one more time, Yesar.
Kind of a con, sir. Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart.
You understand? The Lord does not look on the outward appearance. The Lord looks on the heart. We must learn to look on the heart and not on the outward appearance. So many of us are jammed up and destroyed because we have chosen to look on the outward appearance and not look on the heart. Everybody understands? Let's drop that. Let's get Proverbs chapter 6, verse 25. These are warnings in the scriptures against choosing someone based on looks. Warnings in the scriptures against choosing someone based on their physical appearance. All the times in the Bible where you read about men dealing with women, all the times brothers got into trouble, all the times brothers sinned against the Lord, it was based on choosing a woman because of how she looked. It was based on choosing a woman for her appearance and not for her character. And as a man, you must develop the skill, you must develop the discipline, you must develop yourself to being someone that can look at a woman and deal with her for what is on the inside, not for what you see. And if you can't do that, that's what counsel is for. If you're incapable of having a discipline or incapable of choosing a woman based on who she is and not how she looks, that's why you got to get some help. That's why that's why you need counsel. That's why you need men of the Lord to guide you, because you are unable to guide yourself. Does everybody understand? All right, so let me read some of these comments right quick. I know y'all see the cameras. I'll bear with me. I'm trying to get the camera back up running. In the meantime, let me see. Skapadas, said, Salakia, sir. So when choosing our friends, we're not looking at lust. Laugh aloud. How would you say to choose them? I know the scripture says to choose to prove a friend. Give me 1 second. A call support says, Salakia, sir, what rules should be used or what is protocol when marrying a sister outside the school? I know you already breaking it down. I know it's not the same as a sister in the school. All right, Con, I get both of those questions in a second. All right. Come on with it. Let's get Proverbs chapter 6, verse 25.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 25. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
Read the next verse.
Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
That's correct. Read it one more time.
For by means
verse 26. Read verse 26 one more time.
Verse 26. Salaki, you want me to go 25?
Nah, just read verse 26. Salaki.
Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
Everybody understands. The Bible says, man, lust not after a woman for her beauty, neither let her take thee by her eyelids. What is this saying? This is warning you. Warning you what? To look out for the woman whose beauty draws something out of you. You understand? If there's a woman who's so beautiful that you would break the school rules, brother, that woman is not for you. This is to your question to call Sapar. You see a woman, she's so fine, she's so bad, I'm not bringing her into school. I'm not doing no courtship by the school rules. I ain't finna go and, try to see if she gonna stop eating pork and stop celebrating Christmas before I have sex with her. She's so bad, I got to get it, man. As soon as she give me the green light, I'm diving in it. Brother, that's lust. You understand? That's you choosing to go against sound counsel and sound advice, and it's because of how she looks. It ain't for nothing else. You're not courting her by the school rules because, of how righteous she is, because how glorious she is. You're not obeying the school rules because she's showing you that she's down with serving the Lord and obeying the scriptures. You're not obeying the school rules because she's, kneeled at your feet and said that wherever direction you're going to lead her, she's going to follow, if only you'll let her be called by your name. Because if those were the reasons why you would marry her, you would just bring her into school. You're not bringing her into school because it doesn't matter to you if she's in the school or not. What matters to you is she'll assume the position. What matters to you is she'll break you off some bread. What matters to you is she'll do that thing that you like. That's your lust. You understand? The Lord said, lust not after a woman for her beauty, Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Meaning what? There's some women that got a look. Every man knows what I'm talking about. There's some women that got a look. What is that look I'm talking about, brothers? What is the look of woman's eyes? What is the thing a woman can say with her eyes that'll break you down? Now I'm gonna see if y'all gonna be honest in this class right now. I'm gonna see if the brothers are gonna be honest. Sisters, you know that look you have. Right now, some of y'all been married 10 years. There's a look that you can give your husband and he know it's on and cracking. Some of you been together 5 years. There's a look you can give your husband and he knows, okay, put the kids to bed, turn the candles on, play that mixtape she like. Brothers that act like you don't know. What is the look the Bible is talking about in Proverbs 6:25? Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Brothers, you ever been in the club? You just in there doing your thing. You had your little drink, little two-step. You know, you with the brothers or you maybe by yourself. And you just walking, moving through. But as you looking around, you just keep coming across the same face looking at you. You be wondering like, man, she looking at me? I don't know if she looking at me. She could be looking over there. You move around just to see if the eyes was looking past you or looking at you. Move around on purpose. You look over there that direction, them eyes is still on you. You say to yourself, okay, the Bible is describing how women flirt. The Bible is describing how women shoot their shot. Most women don't shoot their shot like how we do. She ain't gonna come up and say, hey, you looking good, Big Daddy, or hey, you looking fine, or I see you swagged out in here. Most women gonna give you a look. Thomas said that she already look. You understand? That Thomas said like how a Memphis cat would say it. What a Memphis man would say about a woman look that lets you know that she for you. But the Bible is describing a woman shooting her shot. She gonna look at you with her eyes. And those eyelids is gonna let you know everything you need to know. Don't be flattered by that. Don't be taken by that. The Bible is saying just because she shoot her shot don't mean she's supposed to score. Ash said batting her eyes. What does batting her eyes mean, Ash? You understand? Nazamana says, Salakia, her eyes say you can get this. That's the look. The look is the look. Some of you brothers may not ever got the look. I've got the look before. I know what that look is. I expect the look.
Damn right.
You understand? Come on, your side. Am I wrong?
Lie, sir. All right. That look let you know where, some brothers don't really. I was telling that to my sons before. Some brother is like every woman they talk to bite, but I would tell them no, it's because you notice a certain look that she already wanted. So it's really not you coming trying to change her mind on something. You already know she wants you because she done gave you that look.
Listen. She already made her mind up. It's damn near you ain't even got to try. All you got to do is just say something. See, now in the world, I was they call a conceited cat, right? It wasn't good enough for me that you looked. It wasn't good enough that you gave me the green light. I would do something. I was what considered an asshole in the world. I still am kind of, especially the women who I don't even care that I'm not going to try to even get with. Oh, I do some. Y'all brothers have seen me. I say things to women and do stuff in public that's like, Cap is wild. Yeah, because I don't care. I don't care if I meet her, if I get her number. I don't care. So I'm going to say anything. I'm going to do whatever. This is what I used to do. I see a woman giving me that look. I need to know how much you really about what you say you about. I would stand on the other side of the room and I do this right here. To the one that's looking, that's giving me that look, I give it a finger like this. And looking directly in her eyes, knowing she see me and I see her, and I'm letting her know I see you, but you got to do something more than just look, goddamn. You got to come here. Now, if you do this here and she get up and come, brother, still don't mean she get the score. You understand? Now you can have a conversation. Now we can talk. But there's a look a woman to give you that most men here's what they say here in Memphis. If she looked, she took. If she looking out, she's gone already. All you got to do is just say something. You know what the problem is? There are brothers out there that was, because of the look, think she's a good woman. Because of the look, think, oh man, what could go wrong? Because of the look, you think I'm in there like swimwear. Nah, brother. The Bible is saying, don't get flattered by, don't lust after a woman because she's so fine and looks so good. And don't be taken by her eyelids. Don't let her take you with that goofy ass look. Don't be impressed by that. You understand? Well, damn. If I can't be impressed by how fine she is, I can't be impressed by the goofy look. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to choose a woman? I'm supposed to go talk to the ones that ain't looking? All I'm saying is, just because she's looking don't mean she's supposed to get it. As a man, you can't make yourself too easy, man. And you sisters, be wary of the man who you give the look to, and he's overly excited to recognize it. Because that's a man that does not know what to do with a woman. He's so excited. He saw the look. Oh, man, she want me. He come over there, and you can't choose someone based on that. You understand? The Lord intended for our attraction to what's good for us to be deeper than what was pleasing or satisfying to the eye. If you're still living based on choosing someone based on how they make you feel because of how they look or because of how they look at you, then you're missing the point. Everybody understands? Let me read verse 26. So what happens if you do choose a woman, lust after a woman for her beauty? Or you choose a woman because you get caught by them eyelids? Verse 26 says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. What is this talking about? What is verse 26 saying in Proverbs 6? For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Somebody break that down for me. Officers in the chat, you saw it. If you want to break it down, let me know. It applies to today. What this scripture is saying applies to the way women look at men today.
It's a lot, sir.
Come on with it.
All right. So when it say brought to a piece of bread, can mean just brought to food or not just about money. You know how a man bread is his money. That's all he is for, money. Or
Okay.
then not to a low state.
Okay. Think about bread as a metaphor, right?
Come.
Who wants bread?
Somebody hungry.
Somebody hungry. What is bread going to do for them?
Gonna fill their stomach, their urge, their hunger.
What happens after you eat the bread?
You're full.
So what do you need now?
Something to drink.
Don't think that. Think, okay, if you're hungry, once you eat, do you need to eat again?
You don't need nothing else. That's it. You were just a one time. Something you needed. Something that ain't gonna last.
Okay. What happened? Okay, you hungry. You get some bread, right? What happens a few hours later?
I mean, you'll be kind of ready to eat again.
And then you're gonna need what?
More bread.
You're gonna need more bread. A whorish woman reduces a man down to bread. What does that mean? A whorish woman will take a man that's a priest of the Most High, stands for his people, ready to defend and teach the truth and living righteously. And she will say that nigga's name will be food in her phone.
Right.
That bitch will only call you when she wants to eat. That bitch will only call you when she wants to be fed, because that's all you are to her is a piece of bread.
Right. It's like it, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
So that would mean after she eats you, Salaka, she'll be looking for the next meal somewhere else.
Or she'll dismiss you until she's hungry again.
Right.
Now, okay, listen to what I'm saying. Imagine you meet a woman. She everything you wanted to be, right?
Okay.
But she only looks at you as a meal ticket. How that's gonna make you feel?
Gonna make you feel used, like you're not appreciated. You really just, you use, and then anybody that have what you have or more, she going there, so you'll always be insecure because you'll never be enough. You'll
That's what
never
this
be
is
enough
saying,
for.
huh? That's what this is saying. This is saying, once again, Proverbs 6:26, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. A whorish woman will take a man who is great and mighty and will reduce you to just something that feeds her.
Damn.
Daddy, I'm hungry. And guess what? She say, I'm hungry. And you say, well, baby, I ain't got it. Guess what she gonna do? She gonna find somebody else to feed her.
Damn right.
You understand? This woman does not look at you as being great and mighty. She doesn't love you for your intelligence and your smarts and your righteousness. She loves you because you take out to eat, because you buy her food. Reading on the rest of the verse. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. What is the precious life?
That would be you. You would be the precious life she hunting for.
In what way? How are you the precious life?
And the Dutch will hunt for the precious life. Meaning you would be the one that could fulfill her need at the time she wants you.
Okay, you on it. Just think you on it. But more to the point, a hoe is always looking to trade up.
Right. All right.
A hoe is always looking for the nigga that can upgrade her. Most hoes don't have sex with lesser men than who they with.
Right.
Most hoes have sex with men that's going to do better for them. What's the
It's a lot
song that everybody out singing now? Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Getting that go-yard bag. Spend that shit. Spend that shit. We live in a society where they reducing men to a piece of bread.
Damn. Right.
You meet a chick, you looking good, smelling good. The bitch say, you got some money? Damn, bitch, all I am is money to you. All I am is some bread. Yeah, I need a man that's going to spend some bread. I need a man that's got some money. That's a hoe. That's a slut. And you know who's talking like that? The bitch you meet that you're lusting after her beauty. You come to holler at the bitch. Why? Because she looking good. What does she say? You got some money? You got some bread? I can't do nothing with no nigga ain't got no bread. That's what this is talking about.
Damn right.
Now, on the flip side, there are men with bread, men with money who have the good life. And you know what they're looking for? They're looking to buy a slut who looks good,
right,
who's sexy and beautiful, so they can use that bitch for her body. And guess what? The nigga with the bread that's going to feed her is not going to care about nothing else. He's only going to give her money and shove penis inside of her and then never deal with her until he wants more of her vagina. Then he'll give her more money. But that woman who getting treated that way who getting whored out by rich men, she'll look at you and say, you got some bread for me? You ain't got no bread. Ain't nothing we can talk about. And now, what the end result is we're all just using each other. We're all just abusing each other. We're all just taking advantage of each other. The bitch that look good and dressed up with the eyelids is the same bitch that want to use you for your money. But you're the same dummy that only wants her because she look good. You go to holler at that woman. She know you're not coming at her because she got a degree. She know you're not coming to holler at her because you heard she was raised well and she's loyal and obedient. She know you're not coming to holler at her because, you know what I'm saying, she got 2 degrees and she like to stay home. She know you hollering at her because you want some pussy. Excuse my language. And because you just want some pussy, she wants some bread. So what we gonna do, nigga? You got some bread, I got some pussy for you. And if you ain't got no bread, guess what? You don't get no pussy. Now, instead of just saying, well, I don't deal with whores who just want money. You know what men do? Men get mad at the hoes who want to use them for bread and say there's no good women. They just all want men for their money. That's not true, brother. There are good women out here who want a man for the things that he provides that has nothing to do with how much money you make. The problem is you don't want that woman. You don't choose her. You don't choose the woman with good morals and good values with a good head on her shoulders. Why? Because you got to have conversation and really prove yourself to her besides how good you look. And because you're so full of lust, you think that's boring. You think the woman that wants to get to know you, that wants to talk to you and have conversations and really appreciate you and value you for how you think and how you see the world, you think that chick's boring. You think that she won't get your penis hard because she want to talk and have conversations. But the women that you want to have sex with, they just want to use you for your money. So rather than dealing with the woman who has some morality, has her head on straight, has some education that you got to talk to impress, you want the easy thing. But the easy thing doesn't want you. Same goes for women. There's women who, you want a super fine, sexy man. You want a man that all the women see and jealous that you got him. But that nigga that you want that's super sexy and fine, but he's half a faggot. Excuse my language. He's on the down low. Has sex with men. First of all. Second of all, if he isn't on the down low having sex with men, he's having sex with so many women that he doesn't have time for you except for when he wants to have sex. You understand? So he just want to have sex with you. That's all he wants. He don't want to talk. He don't have good conversations for you. He just want to have sex. Do you got some sex? But then what am I here for? Because we have all been indoctrinated and programmed by our oppressor to deal with things on the surface level, to be attracted to what we see, to want what visually is pleasing, we're missing that those people who we see that are visually pleasing, that are sexually attractive, physically based off of what we see, they are the people who are the most damaged and destroyed and broken on the inside. You understand? And you should never choose a person like that. Should never choose someone based off of what you like that you see. You should only choose someone based on who they are on the inside and what that means for a potential life together with them. You understand? I'm reading Officer Matabar in the chat, and okay, this is important also, brothers. You gotta get on a higher level than this. You understand? Because this is not the end all be all neither. You cannot choose a woman based on the dream that her money is going to help you. You understand? There's a lot of women out here that got money and they make good money and they educated. And they know because they make good money and they educated that they could buy a man. They'll buy you, meaning what? They'll pay the bills. They'll take care of the responsibilities financially. You won't have to contribute financially at all. And you'll think to yourself, damn, that's a good woman. You'll think to yourself, that's a good woman that, man, she got money. She making money. She bringing money in. Don't you know that woman that's making money, that's bringing money in, that's making sure you ain't got a slave and you ain't got to do this and that? That's a woman who has a mentality that because she's paying her way, nigga, she own you. You cannot have a woman in your life that's making money and giving you money and you're not beholden to her. because she believes that money entitles her to your time, your attention, to knowing your whereabouts, to you sleeping here at night, to a lot of other things that a lot of men aren't prepared for. Be wary of any woman you meet that's ready to empty her pocketbook and you haven't even given her a reason to yet. You're playing yourself. Because she's going to spend money on you. And she's going to take you out and do this and that and help pay bills. But she's also going to require you to do what she paid for. And I don't know if many men, if you haven't been in this position, it's a horrible position to be in where you are with a woman who bought you. And you got to love and be affectionate and, be sweet and kind, not because of who she is, not because you love her character, you love her mind and how she thinks, but because you chose her because of the bag. It's like being a man whore. There's nothing worse as a man to be with a woman that you gotta be with because the bitch got the money. I can't leave. If I leave, I gotta go be poor. I gotta go be broke. I gotta get a job again. Don't ever fall in that trap,
It's a lot,
Never
sir.
fall into the trap where you gotta be with a woman because she got the bread. You understand? Come on, Yesai.
Oh no, I was gonna say that's let some brothers be homeless and that woman run all over them because he don't, what I'm saying, that house for her. She pay all the bills. Only thing he could do is play games and he can't tell her nothing. She dress how she want, she do go where she want. There ain't nothing he could do. Long as he got a roof over his head.
And that's a horrible place to be in. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Madaba said Salaka Cap. I meant more women like what you said. Nah, Madaba, I'm not speaking against what you said. I'm just using what you said and warning brothers to not. I'm making sure brothers don't think that's what you were saying. You understand? Meaning, brother, if you haven't been there, it might seem like, man, if only I had a broad with some money, things would be easier. It will not, my nigga. It will not. The bitch, I don't want to call them all bitches, but the women with the money that's willing to just give it to you, it's because she doesn't have nothing else to offer. Not to say, man, if you meet a woman, you get to know her, and y'all talking and this and that, and you have a financial conversation. You talk about the money and find out what her money, her income is, and find out how many bills she's paying, and if she's struggling to pay those bills or struggling to decide how that money gets spent. As a man, you should be able to present yourself as someone who can take that burden off her shoulders. You understand? Meaning what? I don't have the money to pay all your bills, but I do have a history of financial services and budgeting and balancing the checkbook to where I could take that money you got coming in, I could take all these bills and I can make sure everything paid, and I can make sure you got money to get your hair done, your nails done, and do some extra shopping if you want, and we're going to have some money saved. But I'm not spending my money to pay these bills and you taking your check and blowing it. That's crazy. Now, if you demonstrate to a woman that you're more financially responsible than her, and she says, well, you know what I like, how you think, I like what you're saying, and here, baby, I'm going to trust you with this money. As a man, you have to know that this is a responsibility to be over this woman's life in a way that you got to take it seriously. Because if you F it up, damn, there ain't no coming back from it. So whether the woman is trying to buy you or if she just trusts you to deal with her finances, you're still in a vice grip when it comes to what you owe this woman. And like Yesai said, some brothers get confused and thinking because a woman got money because she paying the bills, you could just come in there and kick your feet up and play video games all day. My nigga, you finna be the bitch in that house. Because you thinking shit sweet because she making the money. One day she wake up and say, I don't want to do this no more. You're going to find out that you're not as much of a man as you thought you were. You're going to find out that you really wasn't running things the way you thought you was running things. You'll find out that you was a kept man the whole time. You thought you was righteous and ruling over her when really she was just paying you to shut up and sit down and be there whenever she was ready for sex or ready to yell at somebody. That's really what you was there for. You thought she was loving and kind and, taking care of you She really was just buying in-house penis. And that's not what you want to be. The Lord didn't call you out the world to come in here and be in-house penis. You got to be a man. You understand? I would never advise any brother to not have a means of bringing in money himself and just depending on his wives to pay for everything. That is very unwise. And again, something you should get counsel concerning. Everybody understand? The point is, you cannot choose someone based on physical attraction. In this society, the most beautiful, dressed up people on the outside are usually the ones who have the most problems and are suffering the worst on the inside. A lot of these so-called bad bitches, these fine-ass women, these dimes, on the inside, she's a whited sepulcher. There's nothing but dead bodies in there. Literally from the abortion she's had, and not literally from all the demons of past men's relationships that she's never gotten healed from. You're going to try to get with a bad bitch and then come to find out, I mean, I don't even want to talk about some of the horror stories. Some of you brothers meet a woman and you can't have sex the way you want to have sex. You got to have sex the way she likes to have sex. You want to know how she knows that she likes to have sex like that? Because some other man did it to her that way. You choose a woman based off how she looks and how nasty she could be, and she got you helping her reminisce about another man in the bedroom. Doing shit sexually that you don't even like. You don't even want to do. Why do you do it? Because she bad. Because she fine. Why do you do it? To keep her. And the whole time she telling you, go faster. Go harder. Choke me. And you like, I don't even like choking. I don't even want to go faster. Nigga, you not even the one she having sex with. She's having sex with a memory. Right. You in there with a bedroom, a woman having sex with a memory of another man telling you to do things that you don't even do. Why is she telling you to do those things? Because she's thinking about another nigga. And there you are in the bedroom using your body to help this woman remember another nigga. How sad are you? How full of bones are you? Don't do that to yourself. Don't play yourself that way. I don't even want to tell you what some of these women go through with some of these men they choosing. You choose a man based off how he looks. He got you licking vagina. Some man, he's so fine, girl. He got money. He do this and that. All your friends tell you the nigga's sex game is stupid. They tell you he lay a foot of rod and do it, 30 minutes. You go deal with some nigga because of how you heard his sex was good or how good he looked. He got you licking other women's vaginas in the bedroom. He having sex with you while other people have sex on the TV screen. And you there just stupid and dumb, trying not to cry and feel embarrassed, but you know you effed up by choosing the wrong nigga. Don't be that way. That's not why the Lord called us to come to serve him, so we could suffer these things. But those are the consequences of choosing a white sepulcher to have sex with. Does everybody understand what I'm saying?
Kind of, sir.
Drop that. Let's get Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30.
Kind of, the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 30. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
Favor is deceitful. What does that mean? That favor is deceitful. As a man in 2026, you meet a woman and she's overly sweating you. You got to be like, man, what does this hoe want from me? In the world, men are impressed by women that sweat them. Madaba said the money word was a typo cap. Salakia Madaba. Salakia Madaba, if I went on a rant that had nothing to do with what you was trying to say. He was saying we need more of them women, not money of them women. Salakia Madaba. Madaba, listen, let me apologize. Apologize to priest and officer 5,000 Madaba. If that rant that I went on about brothers dealing with women that got money offended you, I was not saying don't listen to Madaba. So I understand it was a typo, but even in me bringing it up, I was using that to just let brothers know, don't get caught on the woman because of her money. But Martabon saying it was a typo. He never said we need money out of them women. He was trying to say we need more of those women. So just so I clarified it, if I offended you, Martabar, and ranting based off that typo, I apologize, Oxalaki. You understand? Just so I can clear it all the way up. All right. Favor is deceitful, right? As men, really, we all dream of a woman that's honest like that, choosing us like we the king that we are, choosing us like, we the man that we know we are. But brother, be careful of that. You understand? You got to examine a woman that's overly choosing on you or overly, head over heels trying to prove to you that she's the one for you. You got to examine her and say to yourself, why is she showing me all this favor? Why is she sweating me like this, man? What's really going on? Because it's deceitful. Favor, she could be sweating you because she just want to have sex with you. She's sweating you and, you at work together. She bringing you lunch and going to get your Red Bulls for your break. And, always make sure you got your cold Gatorade. And you looking at her like, damn, man, she like me, man. She on me. You talking to her at break time and laughing. She laughing at your goofy little jokes. And you looking at her like, damn, man, she might really be, she don't laugh at nobody else's jokes like that. She ain't bringing nobody else. She ain't bringing nobody else Red Bulls at break time. She ain't making sure nobody else Gatorade cold. You thinking it could be love. You thinking, oh, this is amazing how much she's on me. She's favoring me. You go have sex with her. She never talk to you again. Played yourself. Stupid. You thought a bitch bringing you Gatorade and Red Bull meant that she was worth it. You thought her bringing you a plate of food left over from last night's dinner meant that she was a wife. That bitch was just trying to have you. She just wanted to taste you, just wanted to touch you, just wanted to see your face in that private moment. And once she got it, that nigga, he was easy, girl. All I had to do was get that nigga a couple lunches. I just bought that nigga some Red Bulls. He folded like origami. Damn. How shameful is that? How horrible is that? Favor is deceitful. Do not let a woman sweating you be impressive to you. Don't let a woman sweating you make you think that she's worth it. You understand? Playing the long game. Shower bar's not funny. Fix your face. You understand? A woman will play the long game just to say she had you. Brother, don't fall for that. Favor is deceitful. You understand? Beauty is vain. It look good. Not all that glitters is gold. You understand? The grass ain't always green on the other side. You get more flies with sugar than shit. Excuse my language. Not everything that look good is good. The Bible say, man, beauty is vain. Don't let a woman because she's beautiful make you think that she's worth choosing. Because she's not, You understand? Sister Anaya said, a firefighter on my slave once told me that's what happened with his ex-wife. She bought him food every day. He can't retire due to fear that back child support will take his retirement. Damn. He let the favor trick him up. Don't you know, especially at a job, you at a job with a broad, I mean, she could have any reason why she wants you. You can't trust that. Sister Nazamana said, what look good to you is not always good for you. Absolutely. That's what the Bible is saying. Beauty means nothing, man. So what she look good? So what? On some of you niggas, your best day, you maybe got 20 minutes for a broad. It's 24 hours in a day. On your best day, you got 20 minutes. What you gonna do for the other 23 hours and 40 minutes, Look at the bitch. You gonna look at her? You gonna tell her how beautiful she is? You ain't got enough. You ain't got enough. Salaki. Beauty is vain. It's not worth it. You understand? Officer Motorball says she wants to give you a favor. Who else you gonna give a favor to? Absolutely. But a woman sweating you or a woman showing you favor, that could be deceiving. You could be missing all the red flags because you focused on being chose. Beauty is vain. You missing all the red flags because of how wide the wagon is on the back of that caboose. You understand? You missing out on all the horrible traits she has as a person because, man, she fine though, man. She's so bad. Or there's something about her that heightens your pride in yourself. You say to yourself, man, if I could get her, man, I could change her mind. I could change her heart. Some of you brothers think your penis fixes all the problems in the world. You think if you just could get her to Pound Town, it'll solve everything. Nigga, you are a clown and you are playing yourself. You gonna go take her to Pound Town and end up in, I don't know, some horrible place. You're gonna end up in the Sepulchre. Go ahead with it,
Wind up in a pound. Oh no, I'm about to say you're gonna wind up you're gonna in the pound, in the dog pound.
You're gonna take her to Pound Town and end up in the pound. You understand? End up in the dog pound. your side said it in the chat. You understand?
I know my real. Yeah, it's my real.
Con, you got to be careful, man. You got to know that I'm not fit to choose a woman because I'm going to choose who's sweating me and I'm going to choose who's sweet to me. So I need something or someone else to help me to determine who is a good woman. I need someone to help me to determine what woman is right for me. And until you're able to get that out, you're going to have to just sit this one out. You're going to have to just wait. You understand? Because the reality is, again, in this society, in this time that we're living in, everybody has been trained and taught how to present themselves as being desirable. Everybody knows how to put on a good front. Everybody knows how to make themselves look good, how to make themselves smell good, but they don't know how to fix what's on the inside. We as men in the truth must learn to fix what is on the inside. And if we can fix what's on the inside of us, then we can choose women who have fixed what's on the inside of them or who are willing to fix what's on the inside of them. And we'll be in to choose one based off of what we see inside of them, not based on what we see on the outside. Does everybody understand? Let me get on. Let me get okay, hold on. Give me Matthew chapter 12. Matthew 12 and 43.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and finding none.
Pause right there. You understand? When an unclean spirit goes out of a man, meaning what? When a demon gets cast out of someone, that demon goes and looks for a new home. Goes, far and wide, high and low, looking for somewhere to rest. This was many of us when we came into the truth. Many of us, we came into the truth, man, and coming into the truth helped to cleanse us of some of our demons that we were battling. Helped to cleanse us of some of the unclean spirits. Those unclean spirits could have been drug addiction. Unclean spirits could have been attraction to the wrong man or the wrong woman. That unclean spirit could have been trauma from childhood experiences, whether they were sexual or non-sexual. Could have been neglect or having abandonment issues or whatever. Many of us, we came into the truth, man, and coming into the truth, it cleans you up in so many ways. And it's such a beautiful thing when you first come into truth and you begin to free yourself from some of the things that were holding you down. Free yourself from some of the things that were beating you up. You understand? But then after the process of time, something happens that not everybody is aware of. Not everybody recognizes. Not everybody understands is taking place. And I pray that with this class, brothers and sisters will be able to examine themselves and will be able to be honest on whether or not they are someone who has experienced what Matthew 12 and 43 is warning us about. Read the next verse.
Verse 44. Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished.
Keep reading.
Verse 45. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation.
Christ said when a demon gets cast out of a man, it goes and looks for a place to stay. When it can't find a place, it says, man, I'm going to go back to where I came from. And when it goes back, it finds that the place where it used to live was swept clean and made beautiful and looks good. And then it says, man, I'll just go right back here. But then it goes and gets some friends, some buddies, some partners of itself, and comes and they all come and occupy that house that was swept clean. And the man where the unclean spirit was cast out, but now came back, is even more wicked bastard than he was before he got the demon cast out of him. They are brothers and sisters who came into the truth and got clean. And the demons were cast out of you. They left you. But inevitably, after a period of time, those demons found a reason to come back. They found a way to come back. Not only did they come back, they came back stronger with more demons to add onto the pile. You understand? There are some brothers who struggle with drug addiction in the world. Came in the truth, drug addiction left. But now you're an alcoholic. And you like to have sex with whores. And you like to gamble all your money away. And you like to make excuses for why you can't get things done in the work of the Lord. You are worse than you were when you was in the world. There are some brothers who had abandonment issues because of their relationship with their mother, because their father was never there, because they never saw a healthy relationship in their life. They came into the truth and learned to forgive their mother and forgive their father and to put the anger and the frustration that they had behind them. Then they came into the truth and every woman they meet is a woman that's beneath them because she's in the world, because she celebrate Christmas, because she do this and that. And so every woman that they get, they deal with harshly and treacherously. They don't show them any love and any real affection. They don't deal with them with honor and deal with them like wives. They don't treat them the way Christ said a man is supposed to treat a woman. And so they become verbally abusive and sometimes physically abusive and financially abusive. They become dismissive of a woman's feelings and her thoughts and her pain. And he's a worse man in the truth to a woman than he was in the world. There's some women that come into the truth and they liked being lied to about their man having other women. They liked it better when he used to sneak and when he used to, hide and when he only dealt with women who would have sex with him in hotel rooms or on the back of cars. They liked it better when he would just go out, once a month and get drunk and come home late. They could excuse that. He came into the truth, and that man became to be honorable and became stronger and came to serve the Lord. And she gave up Christmas and gave up Valentine's Day and gave up Thanksgiving to be with this man. She gave up, the things that the world tells you to care about. But now that man wants to have another wife. And she just can't deal with the idea that this man who used to just have sex with women in cars or have sex with women in hotels now wants to make a life with another woman. That's too much for her. She preferred it when it was just some hoe and some slut she could just dismiss in her mind and say, it ain't important. That person don't matter. Now it's someone he might love. Now it's someone he wants to build a life with, and it's just too much for her. So she argues and curses and fights and belittles him and calls him all kinds of names and puts him down and wants to put him out the house and fight. That woman is worse than she was when she was in the world. She was a better wife when she was celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving and 4th of July than she is in the truth with her head covered, hating you because you want to have more than one wife. There are some things that you can encounter coming out of the world and coming into the truth that will make you worse than you were when you were in the world. And it is not an unusual thing. It is not a strange thing. It is something that Christ warned us about. He warned us about getting clean from an unclean spirit, and then that unclean spirit coming back with more demons, worse demons, diverse demons that you didn't even never struggled against. How do you know that something you're struggling with is a demon if you never encountered it before? How do you know that something you're struggling with is a demon if you never had to fight this battle before? How do you know that something you're struggling with is a demon if what you're doing isn't even a sin? There's two things every brother and sister must do to examine themselves, to make sure that the unclean spirit that they were freed of hasn't come back and found them swept and cleaned and bought 7 more spirits to come back home with them. And it starts with you examining yourself. To honestly assess whether you are someone that the Lord can be pleased with. I've been teaching in these classes for weeks now, for months now, that there are levels to serving the Lord. Righteousness is the bare minimum. It is the least that any of us can do to make it into the kingdom. But in order to rule and have power and authority and to be royalty in the kingdom of heaven, you have to be perfect. And there's a gulf between bare minimum righteousness and living perfectly. In order to know if what you are dealing with is a demon or if it's just you rebelling against the Lord, you have to get counsel. You have to seek help. Sometimes because of our experiences in the truth coming out of the world, we say to ourselves that counsel doesn't have the answers. We say to ourselves that counsel isn't always what's best for me. That's not true, but I can understand why you may think that way. That doesn't mean you can live not getting help. It doesn't mean it's okay for you to continue the way that you are, knowing that the way that you are is not right. Usually, when there's turmoil, when there's dysfunction, when there are problems in the relationships that we have in our lives, the root cause of that problem lies within us. It does not lie within anyone else who is in that relationship. A relationship is not just a man and a woman. A relationship could be a parent and their children. A relationship could be between, a commanding officer and a reporting officer. Relationship could be between a counselor and a counselee. Regardless of what the relationship is, usually when there's dysfunction and there's turmoil in a relationship, it lies within you to understand what role you're playing in that dysfunction. Before you go point the fingers at someone else and blame them for what they did or what they said or how they living or what they're doing, you should look at yourself. And you should examine yourself. And you should look at the scriptures and see what the scripture says about being who the Lord called you to be. Without a doubt, you're going to find something wrong. If you're honest, if you're true, you're going to find that you're wrong. You're going to find something you're doing, something you did, something you said that was inappropriate, that was out of pocket, that was in a reaction to what someone else did or said. And you'll say to yourself, you know what, I gotta work on that. I gotta fix that. I gotta address that. That's how you begin to heal in the truth. That's how you begin to fight your demons in the truth. That's how you begin to become who the Lord called you to be in the truth. You got to examine yourself. Before you go to, point fingers at anyone else and be mad at them, you should examine yourself. For a lot of us, we wait until there's a problem. We wait until we can take someone to counsel before we talk about our problems, before we get, input on our lives. You should go to counsel before you have to take someone to counsel. You should call and get help before you have a problem that you cannot help yourself with. You should call and get help. You should just check up. Salakia, sir, nothing going wrong. Nothing. I ain't got no problems. I just wanted to check in, let you know I'm doing good. Everything's straight. The reason why we avoid those who are in positions of authority to us is because we really don't want to live in that light. We really don't want to be scrutinized. We don't want to be checked. We don't want to be told we're wrong. We love to live in an echo chamber, meaning what? We love to live in a space where we're right and nothing's wrong with what we're doing, and we're perfect and the model citizen and we're doing everything right, when really all you're doing is you're modeling presenting yourself as a whited sepulcher. All you're doing is just putting on a good front, and that's all you've ever done. You're good at that. The world taught you how to be good at that. It's how you got to where you are in life now. We all are good at it. All of us are good at masking. We're good at pretending. We're good at smiling and hiding the pain and the sadness and the grief and the frustration and the depression and the anxiety. We put it all beneath the surface. And we make sure that what everybody sees is confident, it's happy, it's in the spirit. But on the inside, you're full of dead men's bones and uncleanness. And the reality is, none of us are going to make it into the kingdom full of dead bodies and with uncleanness. The only way we're going to make it into the kingdom is if we are actually who we present ourselves to be. And the only way that you're going to be able to become who you present yourself to be is to actually put in the work to change and become better. Does everybody understand? And let me get some scriptures on that saying exactly what it is that I just said. Yesad, you had something?
You had gave me, only the Matthew 12:43 to 44. I
Yeah,
just
yeah, we
read
read
that.
that. We read that already.
All right.
Con. All right, let's hold on. Bear with me. Get 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5.
Khan. The book of Second Corinthians, chapter 13 and verse 5. Second Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 5. And examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates. So, like, except ye be reprobates is a question.
Read the next verse.
Verse 6. But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
Everybody understands.
Come on,
Paul is saying exactly what I just said. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. You understand? How do you examine yourself whether you be in the faith? Are you really living this? Do you really believe all the words of this book? Do you think that you're capable of perfection? Do you think that you could be better in anything in life? If the answer is yes, then what are you doing about it? What are you doing to get better? What are you doing to improve? You came in the truth and you stop celebrating Christmas. You stop celebrating Thanksgiving. You stop smoking cigarettes and you stop, having sex with random whores and you stopped eating pork and shrimp. Have you done it all though? Have you done everything? Your day-to-day life, you go through and you make decisions every day that you do things every day. Do you always say the right thing? Do you always do the right thing? How do you know? Do you check for counsel? Do you get approval, permission for all the major decisions that you make? There's a level of living that Christ died for us all to be able to experience. Why would you live your life in the truth and not experience it? Why would you live your life in the truth and not get to that level? The only way you're going to get there is if you examine yourself. Do you really believe in the Most High, or did you just stop, celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving? Do you really believe in the Most High, or are you just married to a man who believes in the Most High? Do you believe in, demons being casted out? Do you believe that when you came in the truth, you were swept clean, and then 7 more demons came back stronger? Or do you think those are just words that apply to somebody else? That's not really your life. The Bible is not a book written for people who have overcome. The Bible is not a book written for people who have accomplished the task. The Bible is not a book written for people who've done the job already. The Bible is written for those who are still learning their way, which is all of us. There's not a man that can say, oh, I did all that already. I accomplished it all. Because we're still here in captivity. We're still under our oppressor. Don't let learning the truth, putting fringes on your garments, knowing you can have more than one wife, cause you to forget that at any moment you could still fall out the truth and lose your spirit. Don't think because you gave up weed and cigarettes that you couldn't be an alcoholic. Don't think because you gave up popping pills and snorting coke that you can't be addicted to the pain of being the pain of a woman leaving you. You understand? Some of us choose women who we know are going to leave us. And we say to ourselves, I'll have fun with her while she's here. I'll enjoy her while she's here. She's going to give it up to somebody. Might as well give it up to me. She's talking right. She's saying all the great things. I know she ain't going to, give up Thanksgiving and Christmas and weed. She ain't going to give up weed. But guess what? If she get that weed in her, man, she get real freaky. So I might as well just go ahead and get me some. And what you don't know is that really what you like in her is that she'll leave. And when she leaves, you'll feel like shit. When she leaves, you'll say to yourself, damn. Bitch couldn't even see how good of a nigga I was. She couldn't even see that she had her a man of God. Couldn't even see she was with a man of the Lord. When the reason why she left doesn't even matter, my nigga, she's gone. And as much as men like to pretend and act like they don't care, that shit hurt. Especially if you in the truth. Especially if you a man that's giving your life to serve the Most High and you choosy when it comes to women. You don't just have sex with anybody. You have sex with a woman who you think is worth something. You have sex with her and the bitch discards you like every other bitch discarded you in your life. You feel like, damn, bro, I played myself. That's why you had sex with her. So you could feel that feeling you feeling right now while your head is hanging and you're saying, damn, man, why did I do that? That's why you did it. Because there's something inside of you that loves that feeling. You stopped getting high. You stopped celebrating holidays. But you didn't stop disappointing yourself. And that I disappointed myself feeling is your new high. I knew that shit wasn't going to work. That's your new high. I knew she was a hoe. That's your new high. And there's a lot of brothers who you have a new high that you don't even know is killing you. You have a new high that you don't even know is Satan. And the same could go for sisters. There's sisters out there who choose men thinking you're choosing him because he's handsome, or you're choosing him because he smells good, or you're choosing him because, he looks so fine. When really you're choosing him because he's going to have sex with you like a slut. And you're going to feel like a slut when it's over. And he ain't going to reassure you. He ain't going to comfort you. He ain't going to say, baby, I love you. I'm going to be with you forever. He's just going to have sex with you and leave. Like the men did when you were 15. Like the men did to you when you were, 17, when you were 20. You're going to find a man who says he's a man of God. He's going to have sex with you, wash himself up in the sink, and then leave. And you'll say to yourself, why did I choose this man? Because you never separated from the demons that you had in the world. You went against counsel. You didn't follow the rules. You didn't follow the protocols that we have in here. And you wonder why your relationship is so horrible. Wonder why the shit's so fucked up and it doesn't work, because you did something of your own. You did not prove your faith. It's a very hard thing to live your life obeying what someone else tells you to do all the time. It's not easy to let another man be responsible for who you have sex with. It's not easy to let some men tell you what man is right for you and what man is wrong for you, because they're going to tell you the man you want is wrong for you. They're going to say, no, sis, you should not marry that man. You should marry this other man. And you're going to look at that other man and say, I don't want that nigga. We know you don't want him because he's actually good for you. He'll actually love you and cherish you and appreciate you. And guess what? You don't want that. Loved and cherished. You don't even know what that is. You think it sounds, ugh. You don't want to be loved and cherished. You want to be bent over the sink in a restaurant bathroom. You want to be, banged in the backseat of a car in an alley with goddamn Rick Ross playing. That's what you like. That's what you used to. Damn that. You came in the truth for that? You changed your life and lost your family for that? That's not why Christ wanted, that's not why Christ gave his life. But you'll never be able to get there if you aren't able to face yourself and fight the thing inside of you that wants you to live like a whited sepulcher. You understand? Yaquam asks, can we use John 3:20 and 21 for what you just said? Let's get John 3:20 and 21. And then we'll come back to 2 Corinthians 13. I know I'm running over a little bit. I'm gonna wrap the class up soon. John 3:20.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 20 to 21. Verse 20. For everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither coming to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. Verse 21. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they was wrought in God.
Absolutely. Excellent scripture, Yaquam. Let's add that to the breakdown. I want y'all to put that John 3:20 and 21 in front of 2 Corinthians. That's an excellent scripture, huh? Excellent scripture. You understand? For everyone that doeth evil hate the light, neither cometh to the light lest his deeds should be reproved. Brother, don't live your life in the truth, still hiding in the dark. And I'm saying that as a man that did that for many years. There are many brothers who I've seen experience public chastising. I mean, they public check-ins, public correction about things they did wrong. And I always thought that, man, why would you do that to yourself? It's better to just not let nobody know. It's better if they just don't even know what you're doing than to be doing it and then you get embarrassed by it. Those brothers were better than me because they lived in the light and they took reproof and correction in the light. That's how you want to live. Because if there's anything that you're doing in your life in the truth that you are ashamed of, it's because you should be ashamed of it. And you think you're going to hide it, but you're not. The Lord is going to expose it, or the Lord will just punish you, and nobody else will know why these things are happening to you, but you'll know. You understand? Verse 21, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. You want to make sure that everything you're doing is right with the Lord. How do you know? Bring it to the light and get it approved. Get counsel. Talk to somebody before you make a decision. And if they tell you no, accept no is the right answer. Accept no is what's best for you. And fight yourself on doing what you're told to do versus what you want to do. Everybody understands? Let's go back to 2 Corinthians 13. I'm going to read it for time's sake. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates. What is a reprobate? A reprobate is somebody that come into the truth and still be doing evil. Come into the truth but then convert it or revert back to their evil. Someone that gets clean, then the unclean spirit come back with 7 more demons. You understand? It's going to take something different to get them demons off of you once they come back than it took for you to come into the truth. The same way you came into the truth and acknowledged that you were broken and needed help, and you confessed your sins and you talked about your faults, you might have to do that again after you in the truth for 5 years. You might have to do that again after you in the truth for 10 years. You might have to go back to the men of the Lord and say, Salakia, sir, I've been in the truth, man. I dedicated my life to doing this and doing that, but I still ain't right. I'm still struggling with this. I'm still going through that. I'm still having problems with this. And get help. Or the Lord will force you to get help. It's best for you to get the help on your own terms. Get help because you examined yourself rather than getting help because the Lord jammed you up because you was doing some shit you wasn't supposed to be doing. Everybody understand?
Sir.
Verse 6. But I trust that ye know that we are not reprobates. Meaning what? The only reason you have to not be getting counsel, to not be getting help, to not be allowing the men of the Lord to guide your decision making is because you think they reprobates too. You think they just like you. We are not like you. The men above me, the men above me are not on my level. They are right. They are more righteous than me. They are greater than me, which is why I go to them for approval, why I go to them for counsel, why I go to them with my problems. But you'll never get help if you think the men above you are just as shitty as you are. You'll never get help if you think the men above you are dealing with the same demons you're dealing with. You have to know, you have to trust that the men above you are better than you and they can help you. Or else, what's the point? What are we here for? What are we doing? The time is too short. We're too late in the game to still be playing with the Lord, to still be trying to figure shit out on our own. Now is the time to clean yourself up, to not just wipe the outside, but to also clean the inside. Because when our King returns, when Christ cracked that sky, there's no one who's dirty is going to make it into the kingdom. With that, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. Since 1969, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge has been teaching so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the truth according to the Bible. What is the truth? The truth is that so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians descend from the greatest people that have ever walked the face of the earth. The Bible identifies us as the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. In the year 2026, there's nothing more important than for God's chosen people to learn the truth of who we are, where we come from, and what our purpose is on this earth. I want to say the water to all of the brothers and sisters tuning in. The water to Officer Yassad out of Louisiana for coming through. Shalom, Mark. Shabrakatah.
Shalom. Excellent
Water.
class. Yeah, I needed that. Yeah, it was a perfect class.
Most High Christ. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? The water to Officer 5,000 Mile Bar over the New Orleans school down there. For all you brothers and sisters tuning in, if you got family, loved ones, people you care about in the Memphis, Tennessee, Shreveport, New Orleans, Louisiana, and any city in Texas, any city in Alabama, any city in Mississippi, man, get them in contact with the ISUPK so we can help you to raise up and become who the Lord called you to be and change your life so that we can be a nation that the Lord regards as presentable and deserving of the blessings and the deliverance that he promised us in these scriptures, man. The time is short, y'all. We in these last days. It's time to get it right. You know what I'm saying? So, Shalom, Yabashim Shabbat, all the brothers. Yahweh Shema, Allah Tanba, Hashem, Yahweh Shada, all the sisters. Lord Allah, I'll see y'all tomorrow.